Welcome back to the Roots of Ambition. Today we got Mr. John Green here. Before we jump into it, bro, let me get this introduction for you really quick, man. Today's episode isn't about hype. I got it right. Quick wins or surface level motivation. It's about discipline, character, and what happens when a man decides to take responsibility, not just for his own life, but for the lives of others. Our guest today is John Green, founder of Green Ties, as you see the green tie, and author of Gentlemen of Fortune Academy. He works directly with young men, teaching values that feels old school but matter now more than ever. This conversation is about where those principles came from, the cost of learning them, and what it really takes to live them when no one is watching. Welcome to the show, brother. Let's go.
I am excited to be here. Thank you so very much for your time. Absolutely. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
The only word that comes to mind is gratitude.
Gratitude.
Absolute gratitude.
Why gratitude, bro? Talk about it, man.
It's a cold world, man. And as far as amongst men and everything, it's just a competitive life and a competitive world that we stay in and everything, as far as reciprocity and just giving out love and actually feeling like it's going to come back. It's just scarce.
Yeah.
From our introduction when we first met and everything, knowing that something was going to go well.
Yeah.
And reciprocity was there, which is such a rare kind of,
Yeah. So I stumbled across you, man. I was, one of my customers or friends, mutual friends, reached out and she said, man, the way you are, Danny, I want to introduce you to someone who's on that same path, who's trying to help the community, trying to build a bigger life, came from this and came from that and is doing this now. And she put us on the email and we started talking. And right away, I'm like, bro, I saw your portfolio. I'm like, bro, we got to meet each other.
Absolutely.
We got to meet, not even like a few days later, right? You were at the office.
Absolutely.
And as soon as you walked in the office, bro, we just like, oh yeah, bro, we definitely got to each one teach one here, man. Help each other out, bro.
Yeah, I need a little motivation, and especially with your energy and everything like that. I'm usually a little more turned up, and I'm over there like, all right, finally.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go, baby.
Already ready, my man. Absolutely.
Yes. Where'd you come from, bro? Who are you, man? What are you about? Tell the world, man. Tell the camera right here.
We are a Bay-destrian. We are born and raised in the Bay. We love the Bay. And we did a lot of traveling. We actually came back to the Bay Area to start this company.
Okay.
Definitely grew up in Concord. Mad love for my city, which was really just the foundation of why I wanted to come back.
Yeah.
To help these young men that are really just similar to myself with similar upbringings. Not having a father and single parent home, welfare, Section 8, all that good fun stuff. That I knew that I was going to come back and, I don't know, it sounds kind of cheesy, but I'm just looking for a bunch of little me's.
Yeah. Right. Help them out.
And because I know what I needed.
Yeah.
And, and I was just very, very simple.
Well,
I believe in you.
Let's get into it. How was it? What was it that you needed? How was your upbringing?
It was a little more rough, because, mom did her best and loved mom. Shout out to moms and everything.
Shout out to mom. Shout out.
And just, being that middle child syndrome and all that other stuff, we had the golden child, which was the oldest.
Nobody loves me. Marsha.
Yeah, you got the younger sister, which is the whole world, and then there's this kid in the middle and everything like that. So just amongst it, just to kind of being able to, we had the freedom to kind of just run around and kind of do what I wanted, which led to a lot of trouble and things like that. Not having that guidance and everything like that, learned, a lot of harder lessons really at an earlier age. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm just very, very grateful for the upbringing and grateful for the opportunities that I did have.
Beautiful.
Because it just gave you the, I kind of partied myself out before I was 21.
Yeah.
Like I partied harder before I was 21 than I ever partied in my adult years. So by the time it was time to go to bars and do this kind of lifestyle, like, man, we already kind of
done it.
Yeah, and thank the Lord that we did, because we've lost a lot of friends along the way. And part of the reason, I come back with just a heavy heart. I wish I would have figured this out a little bit earlier.
Right.
And so born and raised in Concord?
Yes. Oh, born in Burlingame. Came to Concord when I was in about 6th grade.
Okay.
And it was a complete flip over. Yeah, it was definitely a culture shock coming to Concord.
What part of Concord, bro? Monument Boulevard?
North Concord BART.
North Concord. Okay. All right. Right on, bro. Right on.
And single mom?
Single mom. But mom did it. We grew up a very, very humbly, to say the least, and everything. But mom started kind of pulling herself out and had some big wins. Bought a house in Concord. Kind of just started kind of putting us on the map from there. And once again, this can't give mom enough love and everything for everything that she did endure.
Bro. How are your siblings doing?
Good. As far as our upbringing, we weren't really a tight knit or anything like that. So those are, all of us kind of went our own ways and everything. We weren't big on having that kind of family unit, which kind of led into my psyche as far as, being more of a street guy and everything. I wanted to make my family name this infamous name to put us on the map and, with hopes to, we are the Green family, and try to be like the matriarch and everything. Yeah. But then you come to find out, I'm very much different from my siblings. Yeah. And when we had this discussion many, many years ago, like, put us on the map, man. We're infamous. Everybody knows the Green family. We know this. And they're like, what made you think we wanted any of that? Like, we didn't want to be tied to none of your activities, none of your lifestyle, nothing that you were doing. We didn't want to be a part of it. We weren't happy when you were doing. That's why,
we're trying to tell you, bro.
Yeah, it's such a strained relationship and everything. And I'm over think I'm doing the best, and these late nights and these bad things that we're doing and everything was going to, solidify something to bring more of a cohesive family. Yeah. I may have been kind of doing the opposite, unfortunately.
Hey, we live and we learn, bro.
We definitely live and learn.
We live and we learn, man. Although you were getting in trouble, right? You were making bad decisions. You didn't really have a real male role model. Yeah. Did you attach yourself to any male role models, like whether it be coaches, teachers?
Yeah, no, absolutely no. Most of my upbringing, I fantasized movies and fictional characters and everything.
Like all of us.
Yeah, I don't think it comes as a surprise. I love James Bond. I was like, this guy's got it together. He doesn't yell, he doesn't scream, which is something I really much pride myself on. I used to be a bit of a hothead, but you can't get me there. Yeah. And just seeing that,
you're mature now, brother.
And the guy was about the action at the same time and everything. But no, shouts out to all my coaches that I've been able to come back and actually come into contact with. Those were the guys. And just recently I had a coach come to speak at one of my classes because he's a real estate agent now. And just be able to give him his flowers, because what I always used to say to him was like, he's giving us this advice, right? And you're just like, who do you think you are, man? Who are you talking to you like this? Who do you think you are? And be able to see this man looking like, who you were? Yeah. A grown man spending his off time with kids that, needed you. Ooh, that's who you were. A guy actually giving back to the community and giving us this game and, these simple phrases that, that seemed so silly then, but, one of the best advice I got as a kid was like, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, like you're upset. You don't have a dad. You're coming from poverty and you're part of the have-nots. I understand that you're angry and upset. But what you're only hurting yourself. Yeah. Right. You're telling me nobody cares about you. So what are you going to do when you get into trouble? You think someone's going to come save you? Is that going to even put you down a further hole? Because you're expecting people to, and expectation, I think we all know, is the fastest way to ever be disappointed.
Oh, bro.
Expecting anything.
It took me a while to understand that one, but I know, 100%, brother.
Absolutely. This is the coaches and all shouts out to all the coaches out there, spending their time and everything like that. Even if you feel like these kids aren't listening, I promise you all these little tidbits, because you can talk to me for 20 minutes, but if I'm just taking away that one line, because once again, that one line is literally stuck with me forever. And I was actually able to give that coach just recently his flowers and just, utterly just say thank you. Yeah, bro. Like you have no idea what you've done for me.
You're talking about the gentleman that was on your recent post, right? That was
speaking? Absolutely. Okay. So Rick Camacho.
Rick Camacho, man. Hey, respect, baby. Respect.
Absolutely.
And so where are these traditional values come from for you? Is that something that you've, over the years, acquired, or is this comes from childhood, or?
I would say definitely acquired, but I think we're all really kind of built in with this. Like we know what a gentleman is like. We've at least seen it. If not, we have it inside of us and everything. It's whether we actually choose to act upon it, because I think, being composed and being in control of your feelings and everything can, on the outside looking in, may look like you're less of a man because you're scared or you're not animated or anything like that. Yeah. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. I'm actually going to apologize profusely if I've offended you and ask, can I make it up to you? Is there anything I can do? Right. And if you tell me no, I'm like, okay, well then I apologize again. I'd like to excuse myself. Yeah. But I tell my students and my kids and everything, I'm not advocating for violence or anything like that, but I fully believe, the virtue in a man is being able to rip someone's head off at any given second if you have to, for your family, your loved ones, or yourself, but controlling yourself. That's where the virtue is. That's where the control comes in, to be like, sir, whether you believe it or not, I'm doing you a favor.
I'm walking away.
And I'm just call me all the names you want. You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like peace only means something if you have the ability to get rid of somebody's peace, and if you're choosing peace, that's when it means something.
Yes.
If I can't do nothing to you, therefore I'm being courteous to you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. That's just survival.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But if I know I can destroy you and I'm choosing peace, that's when it really means.
Absolutely. We see it all the time. Like you see, like, you know, these confrontations with like MMA fighters that people don't know that they're MMA fighters.
That's the perfect example.
These guys aren't feeling good. Like they're man, you're silly.
Dude, they would tear you up.
Exactly. Let him bark, let him do everything. But it is that control, and it's almost like a smirk. Colombian man myself, I just had an amazing grandfather to kind of mimic and everything. Because as far as like his values, you know, he didn't want to be liked. He didn't care if he was liked by anybody. You know, he just wanted to be respected. And definitely, you know, and didn't want to be respected by the masses either. He just wanted to be respected by the people he came into contact with, his loved ones. And, you know, essentially, I don't want to say his world was small, but this is all that he really mattered about. So he was able to focus on bigger things in his life because we got the core down.
Yeah.
And the world, you know, world's always going to feel a certain type of way about everything and anything. Yeah. And it's really none of your business how people feel about you or your business, to be honest.
Yeah, or what they think about you.
Absolutely.
And they don't really, most people don't even care about you anyway, so.
What they say, 90% of the people don't care about your problems, and the other 10% are happy you have those problems.
Absolutely.
Keep it moving.
Yeah,
bro.
no, what's the good phrase a pastor told me and everything? Like, we spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need to impress people we don't even like. Yeah. Like, we don't even like them. We don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
100% true.
And it's interesting because it's like, I think it's all maybe just the human psyche as well. We always feel like the spotlight's on us. And, you know, everybody else is in the shadows and everything. But the fact of the matter is everybody's spotlight's on them and everything. We all wanted, you know.
Yeah. And everybody's going through different stuff and often the same things.
So that message, what we're just talking about, that how do you get that message to a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, right? What is your science between that? Because I remember I've had gentlemen like you when I was 11, 12, I was a knucklehead.
Yeah.
Or I was a kid in the classroom saying, "Shut up, you're stupid." I was that dumb kid, bro.
Yeah.
How do you break that barrier?
Well, what I see is the speakers in these spaces and everything like that, it's like, it's either usually one of the two things. And you want to fit somewhere in the middle because it's usually, you know, God bless them all. You know, some of the guys that just get out of prison don't have any teeth or anything like that. And they're just, hey, you don't want to be a dumb criminal like me. And even if this kid's on the path to go that, he's just not going to connect because he's like, no matter what, it better never be that. And he just kind of tunes off.
Yeah.
Or even bless him as well. You bring out the anomaly. You bring out the kid from our city, our life, our streets and everything like that. Yeah, but I got, you know, 1 out of 50,000, you know, scholarship to go to Harvard. Like, well, that's awesome and congratulations, but 49,999 kids out here literally just turned you off because that's not going to be there. I just use a lot of...
That's a good point.
I just use a lot of my life experience. Like when I was in school, you know, I fiended for that school life. That was my outlet. I didn't get it at home with my siblings or my parents or anything like that. So I had to go out to school. So I was, you know, a 3-sport athlete. I was Mr. Homecoming, very much that guy, but I was also a gang member as well.
Yeah.
And because nothing was enough.
Yeah.
You know, nothing was ever enough. And coming from a woman that would say things, you know, like, "John, you're so impressive. You're never going to impress me.
Oh,
There's nothing you can do, you know." So with that drive, that was even with the street life. Like, you gonna see.
You're gonna see.
And we got it to the point almost on some Goodfellas stuff where people, you know, hey, you're John's mom and everything.
Yeah.
It just never worked. So, and as far as, you know, your path, you know, in life and everything like that, I think this is what was a part of the path as far as an overachieving guy that can never achieve enough.
Yeah.
For the person that means to you the most, there's never enough. There's never enough. There's no, she's not impressed with green ties. She's not impressed with any of it.
I don't mean to laugh, bro.
Yeah,
my mom was the same way, bro.
We laugh at it because it's when you can look at it from an outside perspective, when we can do our grown man and kind of outer body experience and everything like that, it could be the biggest benefit. Because all I ever wanted as a kid was one of those overbearing, lick the napkin and you know, wipe your face type of moms, make you a sign and everything like that.
That wasn't happening.
And it's never gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying, as far as you know us being grown men, but still always having that inner child with us and everything. You still yearn for these things. You still want to do that. and that drive, when mixed with, positive influence and positive fuel and, good faith and everything like that, it's such a driving force for me and everything to be in such a better place, to be like, I don't need you to give me that pat on the back and everything, because I know.
Yeah.
The confidence is within now. It's, it's not on me, it's in me.
Yeah. Right on, bro.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Woo.
So we're trying. And it's a struggle.
So how's that relationship with mom right now? Is it still?
It's very.
I love you.
Yeah, no, it's funny to have these adult conversations and everything like that, because mom will try to tell the story like, oh, you gave me such a hard time and you were doing this and you're doing that, and the fact of the matter, I wasn't. Mom's rule was you can do whatever you want as long as you don't get in trouble, as long as you don't involve me, and I'm not bailing you out and I'm not helping you at all. So as long as you don't involve me, you can do whatever you want. So we got really good at just kind of getting away with it. So when she tries to tell the story, like, I never call my mom out her name. I never yelled at my mom, never slammed doors or no type of disrespect, whatever, because that's never been cool in my book. And my mom's a short little woman, a little heavy set, little Colombian woman and everything like that. But she put the fear of God in me as a young man. So I'll even say it to the viewers and everything now. Even at this age, I'm almost positive I can take moms if it came down to it. But nah, there's this seed of doubt, my brother, that I may just miss and she gonna strangle me to death. And I'm like, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it.
I was ready. I was ready.
I never doubted it for a second this might go wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always give her, that respect, and always have. That's why even as an adult, I even get to look back. There's no real shame or guilt that I feel in how I would, treated her or anything like that, because all I ever wanted to do was her to be my biggest fan. Yeah. All I wanted to do was be proud of me. All I wanted to do was be that cheerleader and everything, and not getting that's never been fulfilled. Yeah. So the relationship is you just got to enjoy it. Yeah. She is who she is, and I'm blessed for who she is, because this is who I am, and this is where I've gotten. And I know a lot of people like to change places or play hypothetical. I don't want to be anybody but myself. But me. And I wouldn't change anything to the world, especially to be at this point with Green Ties, making the impact that we're having. Who knows? Things could have veered off a different way if something else would have happened, and we're here now, and I wouldn't want anything for the world. So love you, Mom.
And that's the right way and the healthy way to look at it. But and how would you advise a kid that doesn't have the experience that you now have, but has that parent and is living through it? Yeah.
Well, even kind of touch on how we kind of turn the kids into it, having, all these stories and having this experience and everything like that. Like, I do a really good job of making fun of myself and showing that vulnerability in front of the kids. One of my jokes would be like, I got a PhD being cool in school, man. I don't know if you guys know about me and everything like that. And if you guys want to be cool and popular and all this other type of shenanigans, I'm gonna say something, and this is as good as it gets. So you guys ready? Yeah. I used to be the man in high school. I used to be the man. Yeah. And you see all these faces. What? And it's like, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. This is why you're cutting class. This is why you may be doing drugs. This is why you're not taking your life seriously. You want to be something like this, and I almost died over this, and you're laughing at me. Yeah. You see the perspective that I'm putting in? Do you see what's going on over here? Yeah. You guys are actually falling into these same traps, and I'm telling you, I did it maybe better than you're ever going to do it. Yeah. And you're laughing at me. Yeah. It's a joke to you guys. And I'm happy that you're laughing, because it is ridiculous. There's nothing cool about being cool in school when you get out of school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then what?
And cool only lasts for a little bit, bro. You know what I mean?
And my first job interview, trust me, we were known in the city and everything like that, right? So my first job, I'm John Green. They're like, who? Like, what? Is there a camera going on? You don't know who I am. What are you talking about? It's over.
It's over.
It's over and over.
Welcome to the real world, baby.
Luckily, we did find an outlet after we graduated to kind of even continue on with some talents in life and everything like that. But life's coming hard, and that's what I explained to the kids. Like, whatever, your adulthood's coming, kicking and screaming, man.
How do you explain to these young men like what a real man is? What does a man mean? You know what I mean?
Well, like,
because a lot of again, like for me, like the one thing growing up in the hood, like if you were a man, if you had multiple girls, if you were selling drugs,
Absolutely.
right? You're getting into fights and robbing people. Yeah, that makes you a man,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And what happens, you said the word trap. A lot of us get trapped into thinking that's the way.
I know, absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. Including myself, until I woke up one day like, this is not right, bro.
Absolutely.
Right? So how do you explain that to these kids?
Well, there's a great phrase like it's easier to trick the world than to convince the world that they've been tricked. So it's like going on with the narrative that, guys, we may have been kind of suckered into this kind of lifestyle.
Straight up.
Trust me, if reality will hit you when you're in that cell and how the streets really don't love you.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these people that we look up to, we don't even look like behind the scenes and everything like that. Like if I could just bring up a random rapper like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Move the whole culture. I mean, that man had dreads and put the whole city, all of
tattoos on his face,
and then absolutely. Yeah. But little known about Lil Wayne and everything. He's very educated. He's very very smart. He's a very intelligent person. He was getting straight A's in school and things like that. Yeah. So when you go into the business world, he was already more savvy than other people. I mean, even to our local hero, Burner. What's going on?
Burner
came from it.
Yeah.
And people look up him, but his business etiquette and his business savviness and everything that he's doing behind these closed doors and negotiate these deals takes an education, takes a different type of human being than some street guy that's just going to come off thinking you're just going to walk into a boardroom and just be able to kind of talk street to these people because they don't care about none of that.
No.
I think it's just showing them other examples of what is actually possible, of what you actually get out of this.
Yeah.
It's like, what I tell the kids and everything is just like the gentleman kind of just gives you a framework to stay in.
Yeah.
It's like you have something. It's almost like a religion within yourself, like to stay in. Like you stay polite, you stay respectful, you stay in these things that And giving them examples, like if you ever try to be extremely rude to a polite person,
it's hard.
It gets even more upsetting on the other person because all you're doing is exposing for them for how, irresponsible or immature that they're being. Like, I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah.
Well, that's just blah, blah, blah. Is there anything I can do about it?
Yeah.
No.
Would you like some water?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I really am. And it's like, I don't want to be petty and be antagonize them or anything, but like that, use bigger words. Like, I apologize profusely from the bottom of my heart. Like, I want to tell you, I may lose sleep. I may lose sleep tonight of this interaction because it hurts me that you feel this way.
Yeah.
And it just protects you and it gives you this at least a playbook to go with and everything.
But the other thing too, bro, is like no one ever taught me or taught us in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, control your emotions. We're very emotional creatures.
Absolutely.
Right? And what got a lot of us in trouble is like, he said you look stupid. Oh yeah? Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
Right? Or he said your mom's a hoe. Oh really? Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
So we never were taught, like, those are just words.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let anything anger you like that, especially if it's just words. He's not doing nothing to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right?
No, words, sometimes it was just looking. What are you looking at me that way?
Whatever it was, but like, do you talk to them about emotional control, man? Like, knowing self.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I put in my book, it's one thing, it takes us as men so long to figure out who we are.
Yeah.
But I think the catalyst, what kind of turns it over is when you find out who you are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. Especially like being athletes, it's what baseball, baby, it's the bottom of the ninth, it's a full count, it's World Series.
Yeah.
And we always hit a home run.
Yeah.
Right? But what if you're the type of man that doesn't do good under pressure? Doesn't make you less of a man. How do we counteract that? More preparation and things like that. But can you be a championship player and be that excellent athlete and not be the guy that hit the home run at the end? Yeah. Are you okay with that? Can you accept that and can you move forward with your life? And I think that's kind of like the hardest thing is when you actually kind of just figure that out. But it's self-education. It's going on the journey and wanting to learn these things and wanting to learn yourself. Because I think that the number one feeling men have, I think, is empathy. Like I think we're naturally we're very empathetic. It's just especially young men that are a little more out of control and everything. Every feeling a man has, especially a young man, is anger. I'm embarrassed. Okay, I'm angry.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. Okay, I'm very angry. Yeah. Okay, I'm disrespected. I am ready to fight.
Yeah.
And these are all different feelings that should be giving you different emotions, but it all kind of just comes down to here.
One. It funnels to one.
Yeah. Yes. And just kind of, still, having teenagers myself and still being hit with the lingo and kind of with the kids and everything, being able to really just get down to the level.
Yeah.
Like, don't let someone trick you out your spot.
Yeah.
Don't think, people are not going to come for you and everything, especially if you are this athlete or you're this person, you're actually moving up in the world. Don't think people aren't coming for you. And, there's so many, quotes and just things and, analogies you can use and everything. Like, I want you to think about this, young man. The rich person always leaves the party first. It's usually the brokest person there that's hanging on the chandeliers and everything with, with the lampshade on his head and everything like that.
He had free drinks.
Yeah. And successful people never want to fight.
Yes. Yeah.
People that got their stuff going, they just, hey, you win.
Yeah.
you win. And that's, something I try to give them. And, as far as the power of just the spoken word and everything like that, you want to get out of something, you know what? You're right. I didn't even think of it that way. You're completely right. I'm sorry for even arguing with you. You're right.
Yeah. You won. Yeah.
And you just walk away. And you leave it once again. You leave them with all this feelings and emotions and everything. Yeah. And this ties back to knowing yourself, knowing a better version of yourself, and there's a better way to do it.
Yeah. When I went through my madness, right? But I talked to a psychiatrist, and she told me, like, after all the stuff I was going through, she told me this one line. She says, "Whatever angers you controls you." Yeah. And man, when she said that to me, it gave me goosebumps, bro, right? Because every ounce of trouble I ever got in was because I reacted out of anger. Yeah. Emotional. So that thing or person or place controlled me for the next 2-3 days, a week, a month, a year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And how dare you let someone have that type of power over you, right?
Bro, right? So like you get older and you learn these things, man. So, all right, you graduate high school, bro. Let's rewind a little bit, right? I want people to get to know you. I want to get to know you.
Way back when.
Way back when you were somebody, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, hey, I was homecoming king too, bro. You're not alone, baby. God. You're not alone. Okay. So you graduate high school, man. You didn't have a father. You didn't really have a real man role model, but yet we fast forward to this point, and man, you're pouring into these kids, man. Absolutely. What a role model should be like, bro. It's a beautiful thing. What did we learn after high school to maybe 5 years after high school, man? What are the things that you went through? What shaped you? What you learned? Right? Experiences, jobs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It really kind of, I wouldn't say doubled down on kind of the ego and the pride, but at least gave me, this the foundation of the, that I was talented. Yeah. I did have something to offer and everything. Yeah. But the world's gonna, humble you real quick and everything. So what I was able to do when I first graduated, I tried out for a traveling salsa team.
Okay.
See, we were going dumb before Mac Dre died. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So we were always dancing.
Salsa no joke though, bro.
So we joined a professional team, extravagant costumes and everything like that. Right gorgeous women.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro.
And we danced professionally from 18 to about 26, man. Oh, wow. And it was, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah. there was a lot of benefits to being a dancer, let me tell you, because you go on these tour buses.
Yeah, party all the time, baby.
It got all these women and everything like that. The ratio to women is already 10-1 to men.
Oh, shit.
And respect to the whole community and everything, but half the men are more interested in the other men, which is all peace and love, which is a great thing. But then it just kind of leaves my young self on the bus like, I'm here for you. I want to help.
Absolutely.
So no, we traveled and just had an extra chance, but it really gave me one of the biggest life lessons that I really needed was when talent meets talent, talent's not enough. And I'm so talented at dancing. I'm so great at it and everything. But now I'm in a room full of amazing, talented people that are outworking me. And I'm even getting surpassed by people I'm better than, but they're working harder.
The hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
And that's the hardest thing that we had to learn. Then it came into, now the ego stepped on and all the pride's kind of going away because I'm realizing maybe I'm only doing this because it comes to me easy. Because now it's time to work. Now, so since the last couple of years, it was a little, so we had a tremendous success and everything. So shouts out to that. But that's when the psyche kind of started playing in to be like, okay, there's another level that I may not even achieve because I may not have it inside of myself, which was very hard. But I was very blessed. Right at the end of the career, I had my daughter, my beautiful, beautiful daughter. Shouts out Vida. And obviously you guys already know about my upbringing and everything.
How old were you when you had your first daughter?
26.
And you have how many kids?
I have one.
Oh, one. Okay, I thought you had more.
Yep. it was everything. That's why I named her Vida, mi vida bonita, aka Bonini.
Yeah.
And when she came along, it was all I've ever wanted to do is be a father. And there's no way that I'm not going to be a dad. Right. And I'm doing well. We're traveling, we're touring, we're partying out like crazy. Yeah. And there's just no way, because I just wouldn't. How would I even make up for the time lost? Well, when am I going to send expensive gifts? Right. You know, I got to be gone to go do all this, and the temptation of not being the best man that I should be as a father to this little girl. She deserves better. Yeah. And that's when we had to hang up the dancing shoes and start getting the jobs. And we've excelled. We went straight into hospitality, hotel management, and things of that nature. We were part of the opening crew, opening the Cosmopolitan those first couple months.
So it led you to Vegas, right?
Yeah, So we did the dancing in the Bay Area, and then we moved out to Vegas to never work a real job.
Yeah.
And then we started doing ballroom in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And we went to Arthur Murray, and we're Arthur Murray trained. So.
Oh, right on, bro.
Oh, cool. And you were there for 10 years.
Yeah, off and on. I've left Vegas many times, but I come right back, man. Yeah. And it's not so much even, what you would think, as far as all the partying and all the craziness and everything. I saw more family and friends living in Vegas than I've even seen moving back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because, Vegas is just a hot spot and everything, and I promise you, I'm the guy that picks you up from the airport. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
But I'm not the guy that takes you to the airport. There's two different versions of you. I watch you when you get here. Optimistic, upbeat, you got some money in your pocket, you smell good.
Fish start to smell, though, bro. I love you.
And it's that ride back. Yeah. Vegas is such a crazy thing. It's one of the only places you go on vacation. Yeah. You come back more tired.
You're more tired.
Terrible stories. Yeah. No money.
Hungover.
But right at the end, you're just like, man, if I just had $500 more, that would have been different. I got to go back with more money. And it's just this crazy thing Vegas does. So shouts out to Vegas. It was absolutely beautiful.
I couldn't imagine living there, though. Me, I couldn't live there. If I was early 20s, no, bro.
Well, we did, so the first 3 months, we did exactly what you would think. Yeah. We went 40s for breakfast, you know what I'm saying, nightlife, then there's the after hours club, and after hours you go to breakfast, you go to the pool party. Yeah. I went 3.5 months straight, and one morning we woke up to go to a little party and everything, and couldn't even walk. Legs were done.
Jelly, huh?
Absolutely.
So how old was your daughter when you guys made the pivot back over here, or you decided to move back here to Cali? Did you bring her with you? Or?
No, unfortunately, that is from a different relationship.
Okay.
But no, I spoke to my daughter all on the way here and everything like that. Okay. So she's 15 now. She's absolutely gorgeous and talented. She's an amazing dancer as well.
Oh, no way.
So to be able to see it kind of trickle off. Yeah, no, my daughter is my twin.
No way.
From head to ankles. Yeah. She's got her mama feet. Yeah. she got her mama big feet. But no, being able to see that trickle through, because she's won scholarships. She's, even showcased, she does, one of her dance teams and everything. She's always been a soloist.
And she's in Vegas still?
She's in Vegas still. Oh, right. She's planning to come out here. She's getting all her stuff ready. She wants to go to Berkeley.
Oh, so
really? She'll be coming.
Let's go.
She'll be coming home. She got me in her corner to really, send all the stuff home, because when she was in 7th grade, Daddy, I want to be popular.
Oh,
no. Let me. And having this little baby grown conversation and explaining to her the pros and the cons and everything, and having these epiphanies on her end, and now in school that she's, extremely popular, but has the know-how and everything like that, and doing it so much bigger and better than I did, because, we're part of the cool clique and we kind of know people, and, we weren't bullies or anything like that. But she's like a real politician. She walking around school like, my man, how you doing? Up, high five, down low, too slow, see you later. Like, just,
that's your daughter, bro.
Yeah.
That's your daughter.
Yeah. And she's just doing so well and everything like that. So even with the separation,
so she's confident.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
And she has. Recently, she's got her boyfriend.
Okay. Oh.
And I've always forewarned her, like, you're gonna say something to me that it's gonna be the worst. You're gonna be like, Daddy reminds me of you or something like that. And that's exactly what happened.
No.
So it's almost about 2 years ago. She was like, Daddy, I have a boyfriend. I was like, I know. I'm just kind of waiting for you to tell me and everything like that. She's like, but don't worry, Daddy, you're gonna love him. He reminds me just of you.
Oh.
And all I can think is of the smooth talking, fast talking player, this and this. And I'm already expecting to go meet this guy. What's up, Mr. Green? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to be like, but it's a chance. So I'm like, so Vida, what do you see in this man that you see in me? Yeah. Like, well, it's easy, Daddy. He's just like you. He's very patient. He's understanding, and he makes me laugh.
Oh, wow.
And I'm all sitting there, ready for the fight, but I'm just. What are you talking about? What? That's what you see in me. That is what you see in me.
That's
And that,
beautiful.
and that this prior relationship that I was in, that helped me raise this little girl and everything. That's what she was able to see. Actually saw a man play and how a man's supposed to love a woman and how you're supposed to stay faithful and not yell and not scream and not any of that stuff. And this is how you should be.
Yeah.
And to be able to be that example is definitely, I would, you shoot me now, man. If that's the only thing I've done in my life and everything like that, I'll cut this tie off and see you later.
Yeah.
I'm good to leave this planet because I've made so many mistakes in my life.
Yeah.
But this fatherhood thing, I did right.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you moved back to Cali, and how exactly do you start doing green ties?
So how was that born?
Well, it's really started off in the book. I've done so much traveling in my life and everything like that. Dancing and stuff took me overseas, and I've just met so many people. They're like, John, you need to write a book, man, and how you do what you do and everything. So when the book was in my hand, the epiphany was, we're just not dreaming big enough. Like, look at this thing. Like, I'm an author now. This is insane. And then the idea was like, well, what else can I give back? And I've been wearing these suits for a long time. So it's like, and corny enough as it sounds and everything. You guys remember that VH1 So G's the Gents?
Yeah.
That's so more of I'm saying this, bringing back that kind of grammar school for men and everything like that. I've had some amazing jobs, like some of those old school words, like a cobbler, old school guy that works with shoes and everything. I was a haberdasher. In part of my turn, which is a man that sells fine suits and fine men's clothing. So I had an amazing education on how to wear all this stuff and how to do this stuff right. And
for the dancing too, you have to wear all the suits and everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But looking back, it's like it's the tailoring. That's the next level. And my gentleman, you get as close as you can off the rack, then you go pay $20, man, $10 a sleeve, get your stuff cut right and everything like that. Yeah. Because, most men, when they throw on that suit, man, they're just like looking like dad gave you the homecoming day. You know what I'm saying? Looking like dad.
Super baggy. And
absolutely. And it's really, just these little touches and everything, because what I, tell the kids, obviously I don't take myself very seriously, but I take my look very seriously. Because I have these young men that come up to me and just like, Mr. Green, you look good. Yeah. Like, young man, do you want to dress like this? Do you want to look like a gentleman? Yeah. Because the suit is a weapon. It is a weapon. Just aimed at just society and everything like that. You want to get stuff done, and and what I tell a lot of my at-risk boys, and coming from these rougher areas and everything like that, they want us to make scared of the kid sagging his pants and looking all like ghetto and hood and everything like that. When we know the biggest gangsters are wearing these type of things, really hurting us, hurting the community, really going down, and just the reality and everything like that.
When you popped out the car right now, I was like, damn, my boy looking sharp.
Well, and you always say,
you guys are worth it.
There's always a saying like, oh, don't judge a book by its cover. But the reality is that society does judge books by cover. There's millions of dollars being spent every day on book covers for a reason.
Oh, this
you know what I mean?
Is that copywritten? Can I use that?
You can.
I'm taking that one for sure. That was good.
Because if it was not important, then every book will look the same. So
and
it is impressive. Same thing as I saw you, and it's just and even we all done it. You wear a suit and you just feel.
Yeah, you just
got a little extra something.
And that's how I usually turn it up to the kids and everything when they even try to give me a hard time or anything like that. I'm like, so how do you feel, man? I'm feeling all right. I'm like, cool. You ever wore a suit? Yeah. Well, did you feel like you looked good? Yeah, well, I know I look sharp. Did you feel good? Oh, no, I felt great. So how do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Well, you probably feel pretty amazing. Okay. And how did you feel?
Yeah.
Like, if that's the truth right there, like just expose it, using these words and just using these analogies and everything for him. Yeah. Like, okay, you would feel like $1 million right now too if you put the suit on and everything. And just, like you said, with the whole cover, we're going to be judged regardless and everything. But it's such a calling card, and it's just such a way to show that, I take you guys seriously because I take myself seriously, and people rarely doubt me because I don't doubt myself. And that's just something, like
confidence, baby.
Not to keep quoting back to the book or anything, but there's a level when you believe in yourself from when people are like, oh yeah, you're a talented guy. You're probably going to make it, man. I believe in you. Yeah, you're probably going to make it.
Versus.
2, you're going to make it sooner or later. And this is when the universe changes. This is when the world kind of comes to you and wants to help you, because no one wants to push the train. They just want to hop on the train when it gets started.
100%.
And if you can already feel like your train's moving solely by how you look, let's empower that. Let's use that.
Super important. And I think nowadays less and less, like, my kids get on me for that, but it's like, can I just wear Crocs outside with socks? And it's like, buddy, you can wear whatever you want, but it's like you're representing yourself. And so, like, in the industry that I'm in, like the multifamily industry, not now because now I'm corporate, but before I have to wear a uniform every day.
Yeah.
And we're doing maintenance, right? So you get dirty. And one of the things that people will always comment on me, and you can speak to that because you used to be my vendor, is like, I was always clean, sharp. What people didn't know is that I will bring extra change. And so sometimes I would change twice in one day because I will get dirty. I will go take it off, put something clean, because I was really hard on all my guys and girls, all my employees, is like, you guys have to be good and represent.
Yeah.
And, so that was important to me. I understood, and doors opened up because of the way I looked.
I don't even think it's I don't even think we're even negotiating about this. It's not even something to argue about. It's it's very thing, and that's why, like, Green Tie's slogan is traditional values for modern times. Now, I'm very aware what I was doing by putting traditional in and everything like that.
Yeah. So did you get any heat back because of that yet?
I am taking all the smoke for everybody. I promise you. But it's the greatest slogan, because even the people that take offense to it, which it is there to create emotion. So the people that come up to me, it's such an easy pivot to be like, well, what does traditional mean, and what is that going on? Like, perfect. Thank you for coming to me. I'm glad you're speaking to me, because you may have just walked by for something that didn't spark an emotion at you. Let's drop traditional. Let's say universal values. Wherever this young man goes on the planet, he's going to need to stand up straight. He's going to need to look someone in the eye. He's going to need to act with integrity. He's going to need to keep his word. He's going to need to be a gentleman. Don't make this political. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. And that's, it's such an easy pivot, because as soon as I can get down to, I've never had nobody give me a hard time as soon as I'm able to explain myself. Even one of my biggest supporters, a gentleman, very upset, felt it was very, everything was off-putting, and, and the, I don't want to say argument, but it was, he spoke for about 50 minutes. He spoke for about 40 straight.
Oh, really?
Straight. And it came down to, well, this community and that community, and what are you doing this, and what are you doing that, and what are you doing here, and everything. And it's like, is it my turn? Okay, perfect. Okay, we had about 7 things to cover here.
Yeah.
So let's start number 1. You don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't know my company, you know what we're doing and everything. Let's start there, And just like number 2, our community.
Yeah.
This is all of us. We're all in this together and everything. And this is one of my bigger supporters
Big
now.
time.
And a great guy I like to call my friend. And we're actually working on some things together.
Oh, really?
He's a very big community gentleman, a big community leader.
Awesome,
and it's like, I respect his passion for coming up and actually having the nerve to be like, hey, if you're not good for the community, I don't want you here.
Right.
Really went on that limb. So I'm looking at the guy, just super big gentleman.
Yeah.
So I'm all of a sudden like, all right, holy moly, all right. And just letting them get it all out, because it was, years of frustration. It is years of disappointment for our communities being let down.
Yeah.
And bringing back the traditional values, like you said, as far as like, like our kids going out, coming from more, brown communities and everything, we would always go out respectful, because it's not us. We want to let everybody know we come from a good family.
Absolutely.
We're
You're representing a whole community.
A whole family tree, especially if you're first generation, second generation. They came out here, they risked it all so we could have this life. Put a colored shirt on and tuck it in real quick and let them know that it wasn't all in vain.
Yeah.
And
man, what's the common problem you see with these boys right now, bro? What's that one thing that, okay, we got an issue here?
Well, no, there's a couple things.
Okay.
So, the most common thing that I hear back from the kids is, it's like, well, how do you feel, about yourselves? How do you feel about the world, community, society, and everything? And the number one thing is that, nobody cares. And, I give them a great, my kind of spiel to them look like, I'm a great guy and I do great things, but I'm not a nice guy, and I'm not here to be nice and play nice. So let's be men, and let's talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
How about you're right? No one cares. Let that sink in. It stings, and it should. I get that. Let me drop another bigger bomb on you, young man. Nobody's coming to save us. Ever. No one's coming to save you. So nobody cares, and nobody's coming. So I pose a question to you. What are we going to do about it? And the answer is, we're going to get to work.
Yeah.
We're going to get you, we're going to give you all the cheat codes you need. I don't need you to read the 800-page book to get these 5 or 6 life things that you can have. Come to Green Ties, come get it all nice and condensed. And with our curriculum that we have, because the foundation is, Stoic philosophy.
Yeah.
The foundation is a gentleman conduct and being coachable and being a good person and being easy to work with and a joy to be around will take you further than education ever will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to overlook education, but those attributes alone will bring up a network of people that help you get a job if things are going wrong. Having good people around you just because you're a joy. You can be the lone wolf all you want. You're going to have a boss or work with people. And I got an amazing board of directors. Yeah. And if I was just some jerk in anything, these people wouldn't naturally just gravitate to make me all this happen. If, You know what I'm saying? So,
So how was the response when you first started and response when you first initially went out to your first location?
Yeah.
Because I'm just assuming maybe some probably people looked at you and said, what are you trying to do, bro?
I would say in the beginning, but as soon as I'm able to explain myself, because it's like I tell the kids, usually I open up my speeches, first and foremost, I'm y'all. Yeah. Don't get fooled by my suit and my Yale manners. It took me a long time to get here. I am you guys. And just getting that relate and everything like that. Like, you can be here. Mm-hmm. And how did I get here? And just giving them the adult game, like, how do you decide? Well, how did you get hired? You lucky? Someone did you a favor? Mm-hmm. Like, no, please and thank you are the magic words in this life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They really are. Mm-hmm. And like I gave my last speech, like, well, how'd you get up here? Like, I met this wonderful gentleman. Yeah. And I was like, please. Yeah. I would love to help. If you wanted to say this is what I'm doing, please. If that would benefit you guys, I would like to do that. Yeah. And what did I do when I get here? Thank you. Yeah. I'm grateful. Yeah. Thank you. And
it goes a long way.
And as long as you have the substance, you can have this type of magic as well. It is magic, and it is being polite and being humble and being this someone of just of substance.
So it's disarming. You met. So you talked earlier when you got here, and I want to bring that point back to this. When you meet some of these kids, you're also meeting their parents.
Absolutely.
And are you guys kind of tag teaming the kids on, like, let's communicate? How are we doing?
Absolutely. I'm trying to,
that's huge.
I'm still learning as I go along and everything like that. Because I think, shout out to all the school teachers and everything like that. I know they're going to feel me on this one. Yeah. Is that if we're not working hand in hand, we're not miracle workers per se. No. I'm giving the kids the game. We're planting seeds and everything, but I need you to reinforce these things at home. Mm-hmm. Because, I get a lot of feedback. Well, he ain't changing. He's still coming out looking like crap. Yeah. Like, well, let's start by not letting them look like crap. Yeah. Or use me as the benchmark or anything like that, because, the teachers that I work with, share their stories of the parents going, well, why aren't you teaching my kid how to be a better person? Like, well, I teach science.
Yeah.
What?
I teach history. Yeah. I don't teach, social emotional skills and things like that. But that's why, I've made the joke in the beginning as far as, how I'm selling Green Ties is like supplemental education.
Yeah.
Like, we're just trying to fill in the gaps. We teach,
I think what you're doing is huge, bro.
And you teach mostly in schools, or?
I've been kind of pushing. It's not as easy as you might think. I've run into a lot of hurdles with the school districts and everything. Okay. It's a business, and it's just a lot of kind of like red tape, and it's harder than it should be.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that hard.
You got gatekeepers, you got all types of things. You got there's a lot of other nonprofits that do what I do, not specifically, but in the realm. And if we know how the world works and everything as far as your network and everything. There's other people they want in these positions and the things that they're holding off. It's not as easy as you might think, but I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, and I've said that very clearly. I am here, and Green Ties is working and will continue to work. We just, being a newer company, so shout out to entrepreneurs in the beginning and everything like that. They, a lot of these places want metrics and numbers and years of that I just don't have.
And how long you been doing this?
Since February of 2025.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and we've had tremendous success because we are drawing that line in the sand. We're bringing back men unapologetically. And when I say, be a man, I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about oppression. We know what I'm saying, right. And I use this example to, a lot of my stronger women that, I don't need you to do this and I don't need you to do that. And you're like, okay, I understand. And if someone came here with a gun right now, I don't think I'm better than you, but I may do one of these. Not because I don't think you can defend yourself. That's just how I'm feeling. And I know, you know, at least from my
You're being a gentleman.
That's the first way ticket to heaven anyway. Like, God, you see me? No hesitation.
I did it, brother. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And which is a common question that I get. You know, I've opened doors for women that said, excuse me, and, you know, who do you think you are? And that's a very common question I get from the kids and a lot of the parents. Like, well, what do you say? And well, most of the time I'll say, I don't say anything.
You just
but
smile.
the times that I have felt compelled and everything, I would say something like, well, it wasn't for you, miss.
Yeah.
It wasn't for you in the first place. This is me.
Yeah.
That I'd feel some type of way. I'm a gentleman and everything. And I would feel some type of way if I did not do this, you know. And you get to, you know, the world gets to benefit off my gentleman habits and my gentleman conduct and everything. But it's not for the world, although you get to enjoy it.
So man, you brought up a good point.
Yeah.
So quick story. So naturally, that's one thing that I learned going to work with my mom. Like one of the guys that she worked with was a very, he was a polo player, right? You know, polo with the fucking, the horse, you know, what called polo, right?
Sounds like an expensive sport,
Yeah. So he was a big time dude, but this is the first time someone had ever taught me like, hey, we were leaving his condo, and my mom we were walking and my mom beat me and she got to the door first and he said, Marina, no, this is a perfect time to teach your son some manners.
Absolutely.
Right? I had to be like 6, 7, right? And he says, he walked up to me, he says, a man, a young man, a gentleman, especially for his mother,
Absolutely.
always opens the door.
Absolutely.
Right? And since that day, like 9, 10, you know, every once in a while I'll slip, right?
Yeah.
But from that day, every time it's just programmed in me. I got to open the door for any woman. So, I recently did it, and what's crazy, bro? This is what's crazy about it. When I open the door for random ladies walking in, right, a store, a shopping center, whatever, some of them are surprised.
Yeah.
Like they've never had that done for them before, bro.
It's not common anymore.
It's crazy. It recently happened, and I thought of you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, dude, no, seriously, because that's what's missing. It's not coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, my son, one of the first things I taught him as a dad, I was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
I had him when I was 15. But I always tell him, man, always open the door for your mom. Always open the door for women. Be polite. Be courteous, right? And you don't see that no more. Like, if we're going out to eat somewhere and the couples are leaving, they'll let the women go first.
Yeah.
And I so like want to jump in there and be like, bro, that's your pregnant wife, and she's opening the door and carrying the box of food. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, what really twists my nerve is when I see the guys in the car and the girl pumping the gas.
Oh, bro. Oh, don't even get me.
So
I told my daughter, if that ever happens, you better not let me ever know, because I will beat the brakes off a dude, bro.
Yeah. And it's just so freeing, and that's what I keep sharing to the kids and everything like that. Like, I have my own like inner peace and joy because I'm staying true to myself. And like, you know, especially with what I'm doing, you know, I know it's more on to, you know, roots of ambition and everything here and everything. I've cried more in the last 6, 7 months I've cried in my whole life.
Wow.
You know, with all the successes and all the awards and accolades and the stages and everything, I don't think I've ever truly been proud of myself. You know, and the man looks different in the mirror these days, and that's something I try to share, because, you know, some of these workshops and some of these, you know, interacting with the kids, I'll be driving home and I'm just like, what the heck? What is this? Yeah. I got to pull over, and it's just so overwhelming to be able to give back and be able to feel value and to know that, you know, and not to be selfish and not to have that pride and being like, well, no one gave it to me, so I don't want to give it to someone else, you know. And I think we hold on to that, and, you know, being a part of the gutter and everything, like, well, you need to learn the hard way too.
Yeah.
We don't. And they shouldn't have to. You know what it felt like and everything. And it's a lot of the things that I got in passing and everything. And, you know, the 2 things I wanted to hear as a kid, and I always say to my kids, is number 1, I believe in you. Like, I believe in you.
And I really kids don't hear that, bro.
And you know, and with the more difficult ones with attitude and everything like that.
Just gonna
you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's crazy. Mr. Green's wild. How about I care about you? Eye contact, and just like, what if I actually care about you?
Yeah.
And I do. Yeah. And that's why I'm here. Because I can be anywhere, right? But I'm here. I can go work at a company, go sell something, go make my money and everything like that. I've done very well in sales. I can go do something. I'm here because I care about you. And it's so
Yeah.
Don't even get so emotional on and everything like that. But you know those connections are real because when you got these rambunctious kids like we were and everything like that, when you get that silence, as soon as they break that eye contact first, like I care about you and they're like, I got you.
Because nobody's ever given them that. That's why.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's free. And our kindness is free and just simple compliments and everything. So,
Yeah, and I think one thing that just tying it back is I know you said it a few times, and I know maybe that's how you mean it. Being a gentleman, at least the way I look at it, I've always had those values as well, and I don't know why, because certainly it wasn't modeled around me.
Yeah.
But it's not, being a gentleman is not just to women. You just need to be a gentleman, period.
Absolutely.
So like, you don't just open the door. You just open the door for whoever. Like, absolutely. If I'm walking into a place and there's a guy right behind me, I'm not gonna just slam the door and it's hold it. And sometimes I get those looks from the guys. I'm not doing this for you.
Yeah.
And for me, like when I see my kids do it, it's like, okay, that's who really now I'm doing it for, because I need to make sure they see that. And it's not like I don't need a thank you. It's just like the right thing to do. Like, just be a good human.
Absolutely.
And that person might be having a bad day, and if you can do one little thing, it might just change a little bit the way he goes and takes the next action.
100%. So
you're affecting them by not even knowing how you're gonna affect them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is what men. This is what we need to. This is how we repair the community. This is how we repair. The fabric of everything that we have is doing this. Is giving compliments. The men we never receive compliments.
So far, bro.
Just to see, what I'm saying, just to be confident in yourself. Like, hey man, that's a very nice shirt.
Yeah, you look, hey bro, you look good today, big dog. You know what I mean?
And I'll give you my secret sauce. I'll give you my secret weapon. And it's a very vulnerable thing that I do, but I'd rather be there than anywhere. When I meet people, I assume friendship.
Yeah.
From the jump. You're an A. You're an A plus. How you doing? What's going on? Baby? Saying we're good. We're all good.
Yeah.
And use your discernment. Use your feeling. I'm not saying be manipulated or played or taken for a ride. But I assume friendship.
Yeah.
Like we should be all good.
Absolutely.
Because at least with myself, not to be cocky, I love being me.
Yeah.
And with saying that, I get to enjoy you being you. I don't, and I enjoy you being you. Especially with people in different careers, like your success will never bother me or hurt me in any other way because I don't want to be you. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be in this line of work.
It inspired me, which is the way it's supposed to be.
And I have an opportunity now to be your friend.
Yes.
Right.
And take the ride with you.
The problem there is that people are glued to this device and constantly comparing themselves.
Yeah. That's a big challenge, man.
Because then you start wanting. You think that that's what you want, and it's somebody else's life.
Yeah. No.
You should never want. You should want your life and your dream, and that's where it can be tricky because then you meet people, and if you're not the same person, if I'm not the same person when I met you, then when I met you, when I went with this person, then there's something going on here because I should be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just with all the masks, people wear and everything like that. And it's really, I think as older we get, it's too exhausting.
Yeah.
And everybody's already taken, you know what I'm saying? Just be yourself, man. Like you're already an original. You already were like made special, it's fun that, very interesting. Like, it's the thief of all joys is comparing yourself. And it makes me think of a beautiful saying, you know what the man said that got everything that he wanted? It wasn't enough.
Oh, damn.
It was never enough.
Don't let Michelle hear you say that.
Damn.
And that's when I tell, like, I've been very blessed to have everything I've ever really wanted, and I quote back putting it in the book and everything like that. There's a difference from being alone and feeling lonely. And you got to find out where you're at. I've had the opportunity to live in a little baby mansion.
What's the difference? Explain a little bit the difference.
Because, being alone is being alone. And if that's on your path and everything, that strengthens you. But necessarily being alone doesn't mean you don't have family, you don't have friends and everything. You're just on your own path. Yeah. You're focused, you're locked in, you're doing what you're doing. And a lot of the times, if you're not doing what other people are doing, you are alone. You don't understand IT, then you're not, I'm on my computer all day. This is what I'm doing. I'm alone and everything. But when you're lonely,
And you could be around everybody.
You can be in a crowd full of people and feel like no one even cares about you and everything. And I've, strived to have, the big house and the car and everything. And I'm thinking that's what's going to give me happiness. But without purpose in money or in your career, all you do is buy stuff. And it's just so short-lived that, I've had it all. Then I'm just sitting there like, well, what now? And I already ostracized friends. I've already pushed away people because you're not on my level. You ain't moving with me. I need to do this. I need all the stuff. Oh, you're small-minded. You don't care about material stuff. You don't want Gucci. You don't want Versace and everything. I don't even know who you are, bro. What's wrong with you? And people are like, no, I just about owning assets.
Yeah.
I'm about having nice things. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm about an adult life and not about all this flash and everything, which is, coming from, poverty and those rougher life. We think that's the way out.
Yeah.
But I've
That's
been
the trap.
Yeah, I've been wrapped in Gucci and everything, crying myself to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Right.
Because where's the love and where was the fulfillment that I thought I was going to find having all this stuff?
Yes.
And then once again, as soon as you start progressing in life and everything, rich people really don't buy that type of stuff.
Yeah,
No.
100%.
It's the people that want to look rich. It's the people that want to and everything. Then you start self-educating. You go through how the masses want you.
Yeah.
And I always think like every fall, the masses, the controls I be and everything. We're gonna release these orange sweaters that look like this. A month later, they just look down at everybody saying this the sheep and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like everybody's wearing the orange sweater because so and so wore it. We got it on the billboard. The other celebrities pumping it too and everything. And they just got us. Right, so like with the phones, they got us right where they want us.
Yeah.
And it's like we're over there imagining to be other people's lives. But like back to the earlier point, we don't even know what they're really doing. A phrase I share with the kids is, winners are praised in public for the things they do behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see that. We see like montages, like the alpha male on the TV show, like the action-packed lawyers and everything like that. And they're up all night just, to give 30 seconds of an 8-hour session of looking at all this stuff. And then they get it and the sun's up and they're like, boom, like, but who the heck wants to watch 8 hours of a guy reading 50 different books to do all that? Because you don't want to show that because we're not going to do that. And that's not entertaining and everything. I just want to get to the end.
Yes.
And even if you have the opportunity to jump to the end, you're missing everything. We all, with the procrastination and we lack the habits to be this person because we just want to get there. And you can't become the person. There's no other way but take the steps to get there because if you don't have the habits already to work hard and to have that grit and that grind, we all think we're going to be able to, just give me the opportunity. I'm ready to grit and grind. You've never gritted and grind. How do you know that? Are you going to be 8 hours reading these books? Probably not, because you won't do that now. Because if you did everything you don't want to do to be successful, you would already be successful.
Oof.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oof.
But it's because people want to
My
live.
boy's spitting fire over here, dog. Let's go.
People want to live. They want to live in the highlight reels, right? And the reality is that the growth and the real living happens in the background.
Absolutely.
It happens in the things that you don't see in the highlight reels. That's why, man, it's crazy because now with this podcast and this thing that we're doing is like I'm on social media more than I was normally.
Yeah.
And I'm doing things related to the podcast, but I start catching I put a lot of attention on my algorithm.
Yeah.
Like, wait, this is starting to show up a little too much, and this is not really what I should be looking at. So I try to be as active as I try to be observant of what's happening, but you notice it and you're like, man, they're just, if you let it is gonna just drive you to some sort of sales funnel. And I read this book called I forget who it was by, but Algorithms of Oppression.
Oh boy. And that's already cutting deep.
And since I read that book, I look at social media very differently. As a matter of fact, for the longest time, until 6 months ago, I didn't have most social media on my phone. I will put it on for a week and then delete it.
Locked in, right? Okay.
And delete it. Now I have to have it because of this, and I'm kind of learning how to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Because I have to be more on it. But it's just that something that has always been in my head, and I say it, and I've been saying it a lot in the podcast lately. Be sure that you're living your dream and not somebody else's. And that's what this algorithm thing. Like you can easily be following and be doing all the steps of this dream that is not yours. And so that's why it's very important that you have clarity and that you understand what you're consuming.
Yeah, I think go back to learning yourself because, you know, I had the dream. I got everything that I thought that was it. That wasn't my dream.
That's what it was sold to you.
Yeah, this is happiness. This is joy.
Yeah.
I'm walking around this little baby mansion, little Versace robe and everything all by myself. Like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Straight up though.
And I'm hurt and I'm lonely.
Yeah, you're lonely.
I'm very lonely. I had to do all these type of crazy things to get here instead of just being polite and respectful. And, you know, the fastest way to gain anything worth keeping is slow and steady. That's the only way you're going to get something of value. And anything super given to you, you're never going to appreciate.
Respect,
you know,
brother. On this camera right here,
Yes,
I want you to talk to yourself 10 years from now, bro. You're sending a message to yourself 10 years. So when you blow up like the World Trade, we're gonna send you this in 10 years and be like, "Hey, big dog, remember Roots of Ambition? You talk to yourself.
Absolutely.
Here you go, bro. Let's go."
Man.
What kind of message you want to send? Let's hear it.
Mr. Green, give yourself grace. Give yourself some grace. Things are going so quickly. Stop taking it so hard on yourself. You know, we're going to get there. We're going to learn, and everything's happened just the way God wants it to happen. Give yourself more credit. Give yourself more love. Give yourself the patience to become the man that you are becoming. You're not there yet. And we're not here now, but we're going to get there. And I love you.
Oh yeah, let's go, baby.
That's awesome.
Man, this year is coming fast.
Absolutely.
Right? And a few things, one thing that I learned in business in my 8-year career of owning businesses is January's here, December's there. The first few years, what I didn't do and what took me a little while to do is plan.
Absolutely.
Expectations, goals, calendar.
Yeah.
Right? What are a few of your expectations that you have for your business and goals that you really are striving for this year?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really, you know, my shots out, my board of directors are absolutely amazing and everything. I guess, you know, just doing a better job of delegating. You know, a lot of the stress and everything I put on myself and everything, 'cause I feel like I got to do it all on my own. And I got these amazing people that have gravitated completely organically and naturally to me that want to take the run, believe in what we're doing and everything. Like, get a little disappointed, like, why didn't you ask me? What do you think we're doing here? I got these amazing people just on standby, like, I would have done it for you. I could have showed up for you. And, you know, and just really being able to really start utilizing the people that you have around you and these great relationships that I have, just to break it down quarterly and actually have a game plan, and knowing that I don't have to put it all on myself. Because I'm very, very good at what I'm good at, but I'm not good at most things. I'm not good at a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is why you build a team. That's why, you know, we're gentlemen. We get out of our own way, and, you know, being able to incorporate other people into the mix. I just need to do a better job of just actually giving these people something to do. It's not even like I got to talk them into it. They're just like,
they're ready.
Like,
they're ready.
Why are you staying up at night worrying about this when I know somebody that, you know, this is why that's why we're here. And it's just, you know, such a blessing in such a short amount of time.
So like, more communicating.
Absolutely. More communicating, just more delegating, and more just, I don't want to say trust, because maybe deep down somewhere there's that insecurity of trust of, you know, feeling like someone's gonna maybe let you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so grateful for you being here and everything. I don't want to push you away. I don't want, you know, I don't want to have any ill feelings to be like, oh, geez, you know. So it's like, I don't know, maybe even, you know, an insecurity of like people pleasing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Something that you're trying to get out of as well and everything, just trying to keep everybody happy and everything, when people are ready to get down, you know, get down in the dirt with me and build this thing, because they do, you know, see the value in what we're doing.
Right on, bro. Right on, man. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Hallelujah.
Keep knocking it out the park, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. No, we ain't stopping. And with the momentum we're building and everything, we're just completely grateful, and all the glory to the kids, and all the glory to my young men and everything. They're the ones showing up. You know, as the company gets bigger and everything like that, I have very little to do with what's going on, which just warms my heart and everything like that.
Right on,
you know,
bro. You know. Hey, you have us. If there's anything that we can do to help, get support, you know, back you up, If you want to attach us to some of your flyers, we can put it on our outlet so we can help get the word out there.
Or if you ever have anything that you're like, hey, put this on your stories or whatever, just tag us.
Yeah, no, actually, no. We got events and everything like that. What I keep stressing out to my team and, all these other companies I have, and I said this when we met, like, we're better when we talk about each other.
100%.
Like, we're completely credible,
collaborate.
We're great.
No.
But I know some great people.
Yeah.
Which makes your company so much better. We're like, we're all really better together. So I'll forewarn you right now, man.
Yeah.
I'm all up in your inbox, bro.
You see me already. I've seen you every day. I'm trying to get everything out there, bro. You know what I mean? So vice versa, bro. Whatever you got.
And congratulations. Shouts out to you guys are doing amazing.
Thank you.
The momentum you guys are building and everything like that. I mean, I guess the viewers can see it. This is forget about it.
Forget about it.
So outside looking in, I've been dying for the opportunity.
Thank you. Man.
I'm just one thing I just cannot say how grateful and extremely just proud of you guys for whatever that's worth and everything.
Likewise,
like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mr. John, look into this camera, bro. Tell everyone how they can find you,
absolutely,
where they can look for you, with all the information you want to get out there, bro.
Absolutely. Hello, world. Hello. Senor Corbatas Verdes. We are on LinkedIn, John Green, John Green _ from the nonprofit, John Green _ on Instagram as well. And we are at greenties.org. Please come check in with us. With all of the information is right there. We do workshops, presentations. We do one-on-one mentoring as well. And the application just keeps on growing. So whatever you need, we can definitely tailor make this gentleman stuff if that's something you guys are into. And I'm just grateful for all the success and grateful for amazing people like this in my life.
Right on, man. Awesome. Good stuff, bro.
Well, thank you. What you're doing is awesome. It's amazing. And it needs to be done more. I think everybody, and I know that's is a hot word, old school values or traditional values. But at the end of the day, we do need to teach our kids how to be gentlemen. We need to teach them that some of these core values are never going to go out of style. Yeah. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, no, absolutely.
I really appreciate you. And anything we can do to help whatever you're doing, please reach out.
You guys are already helping me tremendously, getting me to a whole new audience and everything.
Yes,
and, just things are going well. And I'm just, grateful as long as we can keep doing what we're doing. Yeah. We don't need to do anything more. We don't need to live someone else's dream. We don't need to get tricked out of our spots or anything like that. Stay humble, stay professional. Be a gentleman.
Let's go, baby. Hey, this is Danny, and this is
Angel.
The Roots of Ambition. Burn the ships, baby.
Like, follow, and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Make sure you go subscribe to his page as well. Thank you.
Let's go, Green Tie.
Mirror, but we faced it loud. Cause fortune only favors the ones who bow out proud. Burn the ships, no churning around.